Welcome back to my podcast. I'm Katie Joe. I'm a best-selling author and artist, and I am also cast member on Writers Island TV and Legacy Makers TV on 2 seasons. And I'm very, very excited to share with you a little bit about my purpose and passion as we go forward. I teach a lot about spiritual sovereignty, and this means that whether you are or not in a religion, that you are coming from a place of discernment and choice within yourself, that you're making decisions and that you're following the code that is in the alignment for you. No one has to teach the cheetah how to be a cheetah. No one has to teach the jaguar to be a jaguar, the bird to be a bird, the fish to be a fish. The sea turtles find their way across the oceans, the salmon find their way up the rivers, because there's something inside all of us in natural nature that teaches us, that is inherent to our evolutionary growth. And for us as souls incarnate in physical bodies, we are in the alignment and the path for our spiritual growth. We choose into the physical bodies, into the cultures, into the families that we are here to experience. And it's not a sentence, it's actually knowing that we are putting the tools in our tool bags to build the spiritual awareness that we need to, or that we choose to, for this incarnate experience. And so my intention with everything that I do is not to condemn and to judge, even though I have my strong feelings about a lot of things like political issues and whatnot. But I also feel like my purpose here is to teach and to empower people to ask the questions where they know their own truth within themselves, because we're not all here to do the same, believe the same, act the same. That's part of what is so amazing about the human experience. But a lot of us are on autopilot from the cultural conditioning, from religious conditioning, from political conditioning, and societal conditioning that just tells us this is the way that it is. And it's something that we just don't even ever question, or we just think that that's the way it is. So many of the quote unquote beliefs and ways that we believe to be true are maybe not true at all, but we've been conditioned that this is truth. And so when I teach and when I offer events and trainings, it's with that awareness that we can be different and we can still be living our own personal truth, and that truth can be different, and we none of us has the right to impose what we believe to be true on another person. And there's always a way to find a way to harmonize. I became really well known for drum circles, hosting drum circles, and while drum circles are often associated with what would be considered a hippie crowd, and the hippie crowd is most often associated with non-sobriety, is the best way I'll say it. I've worked with addiction recovery places. I'm really an advocate of substance-free spirituality and learning how to access the source that is within us all and within you, within me, through discipline efforts like meditation and drumming and things like that. But I became well known in the world for the drumming. And what I would say and what I would use is this analogy of, I'm here to beat my drum. I'm not here to beat your drum. I'm not here to beat the rhythm like you. I'm not here to make you beat your rhythm like me. I'm simply here to beat my drum and to have the courage to be seen and to be heard and to work in harmony with all of those around me. And I might beat my drum fast and you might beat your drum slow, but there's a way that we can come together without changing who we are and harmonize. And this is the message that I've taken all across the world, to Kenya, to India, in Africa, of course, in Europe. And I just simply share the message that we can find a way to harmonize. And I believe that. I believe we can hold our individuality, and I feel like there's always a way. And I've seen it. I know we do it. And the drum circle might be this microcosm of the macrocosm. The drum circle to me is one person being willing to create a rhythm. And you'll see when this happens that other people begin to join in. No one tries to come and oppress one or another, oppress over another person's song. It's just simply like, oh, I can do this too. And we can come together. And it's just this glorious, amazing exercise of unity, of honoring, and I just adore it. I do teach a lot about spiritual sovereignty, and I do teach a lot about even just the basic words that we use. And I hear a lot of people use the word God, and there's nothing wrong with using that any more than using the word Allah or El Roy or Abba, as Christ Jesus called God. And so when we, whatever the word is, but here's an interesting thing too. When we even use these simple words such as, he told me this, he said this, he wants this, who told you, who told us God was Mel? Like, we go back to the source. We don't know. And so it doesn't mean that I can't say God is he or she, God, goddess, it doesn't matter. When I'm speaking and connecting to source, does it matter what the name is, but also how much of this has been put upon us? Because if I was a small little child born in the jungles of the Amazon and I was awakened to the truth that it's not just me in this physical experience, but that there's something out there that connects us all, there's something that I am in dialogue with, that I can speak to and with, that I can connect to when I feel alone, that I can hold to watch and guide me through life. And this source is speaking to me through all experiences of my life, through all relationships of my life, through even through all of the nature that I experience, the plants, the animals, all of it. And I'm this tiny little child, and no one ever told me this is male or female. Would I decide it's one or the other? And yet, if we're conditioned by a society that says it's a male or a female, or we're conditioned in a patriarchal or matriarchal society, and then we perceive this all powerful source, we could only conceive it through that lens of going, if it's an all powerful source connected to all and guiding us all, then it must be patriarchal or matriarchal, because our only understanding of power would be through that framework. And so I don't have an answer as to what it is or what it isn't. It's just to convey this understanding and this idea that so much of what we do and practice, so much of what we teach and even receive and deem as truth, has been put in our, I call it, put in our backpack for us to carry, without ever really making a choice as to what's in that backpack for ourselves. And I think it's important that all of us determine what it is that we believe through the witnesses of truth that we see for ourselves, not what others tell us, but what do I see for myself to be true, not what I'm being told or projected upon me. So trust this was helpful, hopeful, and find me at katiejoempowers.com. Thank you.